Tonight, homecoming court campaigning is underway.
Plus, find out about one major's new graduate program. Stay tuned. TrojanVision Nightly News starts now.
From the high-definition digital production center on the Troy campus, with news from Troy University locations around the world, this is Troy TrojanVision Nightly News.
Hello and welcome to Troy TrojanVision Nightly News for September 23rd, 2013. I'm Jamarlo Phillips.
And I'm Christina Cook. Thank you for joining us this evening. After college is a time when students are faced with many big decisions, one of those being going into the workforce or continuing pursuing an education. And thanks to recently approved program by the Alabama Commission on Higher Education, Troy students who wish to continue their education in biomedical sciences might not have to travel far to continue their studies. Courtney Addison has the story.
Graduate school is something many students consider throughout their college experience, and beginning in August of 2014, any student who wishes to continue their studies in biomedical sciences won't have to leave Troy. Troy University has worked for over a year to implement this new graduate program and are very pleased with the outcome.
We've worked very hard on this program for a long period of time.
It's been a long time
and it has some very exacting standards, and one of the reasons it took so long is to meet these very exacting standards. We have met them, we're happy with them.
Troy has worked closely with other deans from schools in order to perfect its own program. And while graduate school may be the end of education for some people, the biomedical science graduate program can also be looked at as a stepping stone if you're looking to attend any type of doctorate program.
It's a good transition program. Some people are just not ready to go to dental school or not ready to go to physical therapy school. The courses that we've designed into the program will give them maybe a little bit of a jump start to help them when they do get to professional schools.
Cohen also added that in order to compete with other programs, Troy will be advertising and publicizing in any way possible. Organizers say the best advice they can give any student considering Troy's graduate program is to communicate with the faculty.
Come to see us and let's see where you want to go. What is your goal? Then we can curtail a plan for you.
Courtney Addison, Troy TrojanVision News.
Once again, students may apply for admission in January of 2014 and classes will begin in August of 2014.
Well, Troy University's homecoming may be 2 weeks away, but it is already time for students to decide who may be the next homecoming queen. The homecoming court elections is this Wednesday in the SJ office. 30 young women are vying for the chance to be in this year's homecoming court. The student body will cast their vote for 5 of their favorite candidates, and the top 5 vote getters will be named this year's court. The homecoming queen will be picked from the top 5 by interview process and announced at halftime of the homecoming game on October 5th. The homecoming election is from 8 to 5 in the SJ office in Trojan Center Room 215, and you must have your student ID to vote.
Well, the buzz about Project 19 spread like wildfire throughout the campus and doesn't seem to be slowing down. And the Sisters of Sigma Gamma Rho are continuing to raise awareness today. Today, SG Rho sewed the Project 19 bracelets and also accepted donations in the Trojan Center. But this was just the start of the SG Rho's effort to give back to Project 19. The organization will also hold a fundraiser at Milky Moose on October 20th. The SG Rho's is excited to jump into headfirst with the efforts to raise awareness for Hodgkin's lymphoma, and organizers say raising money today was almost effortless. Raised around $75 for Project 19.
And now taking a look at news from around the state. In Gadsden, hundreds of books that were pulled from library shelves will be available once again for Banned Books Week. Banned books at the Gadsden Public Library will be taken from behind yellow caution tape and will be available to bookworms beginning Monday.
And in Selma, Concordia College assistant football coach Reginald Lumpkin says none of his players were injured when their team bus blew a tire and caught fire. Patrick Ezex of East Perry Volunteer Fire Department told the newspaper a fire began in the rear driver's side of the bus, which was destroyed by the blaze.
And in Montgomery, Alabamians hoping to find health insurance through a new federally developed insurance marketplace won't get any details until the insurance options go online. The U.S. Department of Health and Human Services reports it is working on completing the list of health insurance plans that will be made public in October. That gives the uninsured a 3-month window to comply with the Affordable Care Act's mandate for individuals to have health insurance by January 1st or face penalties at tax time in April.
Now Danielle Percival joins us with a look at sports. So Danielle, I know that the football team traveled down to Mississippi this weekend, and it doesn't seem like they came out, on top.
It was a rough game for sure, but we've got some better news to get into. Lots of sports on tap today, so let's get right into it. In the only action that was on campus this weekend, the soccer team was looking to start a winning streak on Friday, and as Amy Austin shows us, the Trojans were able to do just that. Well, the Trojans were able to defeat their opponent on Friday, and on Sunday, the Trojans were on the road for their final non-conference game facing Kennesaw State. The Trojans were unable to carry the momentum over from Friday and lost 2-0 to the Owls. Well, the only celebration on Saturday for the Trojan football team was the head man Larry Blakeney's birthday, as the Trojans lost 62-7 in Starkville. Despite 2 turnovers in the first quarter, the Trojans were in the game early, with the Bulldogs only ahead by 3. The Trojans' only score of the night was on a 5-yard touchdown reception by Eric Thomas. That reception moved him to 23 touchdown grabs in his career, which is one behind the current Sun Belt record. The Bulldogs totaled 551 yards of offense, while the Trojans only reached 186. Head coach Larry Blakeney knows his team has to perform at a higher level in order to be competitive.
You got to understand that these guys, they're young men and they want to win. They want to do well. They don't want to do bad. And these coaches work hard. It's easy for me to tell you how hard they work and what long hours. But we ran into a buzzsaw here tonight. Basically a situation where we played them pretty good last year, and everybody probably thought we had a odds-on chance to come in here and play them a lot closer, but it wasn't in the cards.
The Trojans will be on the road again in non-conference play, traveling to Durham, North Carolina to take on Duke this Saturday. Now let's go back and take a look at the soccer package from this past Friday.
Friday afternoon, the Troy soccer team closed out the last non-conference home game with a 3-1 win over Gardner-Webb. The team fired a season-high 37 shots and also tied a season-high with 16 shots on goal.
You can see us slowly gaining more confidence in the way we play. Whether we're attacking and creating chances or we're turning the ball over and winning it back right away in important areas of the field, I think that's starting to show more and more.
Sophomore Kirsten Rendell had her first career goal, and freshman Niecy Jennings added 2 more goals in the second half to ensure a Trojan victory.
They're gaining confidence. Sometimes, even today, we were missing some chances in front of the goal. It does get frustrating. So I think getting those goals is really important. I mean, we're creating our chances. We just have to finish.
Coach Bentley feels that the win was a confidence booster for his team, but he still feels the girls have more to contribute.
We have stepped up again, but I still think there's more in us. And you can see that. When we do it, I mean, we can get 1-2 passes, and we're starting in our box all the way down to their box, and it's impressive.
Overall, Bentley says that his team has come a long way since the start of the season, and his team will focus on growth throughout conference play.
We're focused on growth. I hope that we're playing our best soccer come conference tournament, not even right away starting in conference. So that's what we're staying focused on. If we're playing our best soccer, then a lot of good things can happen. We've come leaps and bounds from the beginning of the year, and we're very proud of that.
The win over Gardner-Webb marked the 50th career win for head coach Chris Bentley and the 100th all-time win for the Troy soccer program.
This is our 100th win as a program, and that was something that was a little bit more important. I think that's a pretty cool milestone to hit, so I'm very proud of that, and I'm proud of the contributions that these girls are putting towards that.
Amy Austin, Troy, TrojanVision Sports.
Well, the Trojan volleyball team concluded non-conference play this weekend as well at the Clemson Classic, but was unsuccessful on the road. However, it was a record-setting weekend for Courtney Cohen. The Trojans were 0 for 3 in the tournament, with Troy losing in 5 sets to Delaware on Friday night when Cohen tied the career digs record at the university. On Saturday, the Trojans lost to Clemson 3-1 and to Alabama by the same score. Against Clemson, Blair Winston and Kayla Pickert posted 11 kills, and Alexandra Alexander had a double-double with 28 assists and 15 digs. Against Alabama, Maria Zelinovic had the best game of her career, posting 18 kills and just 2 attack errors. She had a double-double with 13 digs and was also named an all-tournament selection. The Trojan cross-country team was in action Friday afternoon, and the women performed well enough to take 4th place overall. Julia Ostendorf was again the top performer for the women, finishing in 7th in the 4K race with a time of 15 minutes and 10.29 seconds. Michaela Hodges and Marcel Mosley were behind her in 16th and 22nd, respectively. For the men in the 8K, Tim Bulger led the way, finishing in 24th with a time of 29 minutes and 27.70 seconds. Sean Kent was second on the team in 26th place, with Shaquille Parker and Sam Ammons in 30th and 31st. The team will be off this weekend before returning to action on October 5th at Louisville. The Trojan tennis teams got their schedule underway at the Big Easy Tennis Classic on Friday and came away from the weekend with a win in the men's doubles draw. The men's and women's teams combined for a 9-1 record through singles and doubles play on the opening day of the 3-day tournament. Sammy Gorbel and Mansingh Ather advanced to the quarterfinals with a win over a pair from Jackson State, and those two would go on to win the doubles draw after winning 2 tight matches against the top 2 seeds in the tournament. On the women's side, all 3 pairs of Trojans moved to the quarterfinals, but the only Trojan who made the finals was Brooke Durden. However, she had to withdraw because of an injury. Both teams will return to the court on October 4th for the Duckworthy Family Fall Classic in Clemson. The men's golf team also got the first swings of the season in yesterday in the opening round of the Reese Jones Intercollegiate and saw some individual performances that made the top 10. Jake Tucker carded a 71, good enough to put him in a 4-way tie for 5th place. Tolver Dozier also made the top 10 in 9th place with an even par 72 through the first day. And in the second round, Philip Brennan led the way with a 71 to move the Trojans into 6th place overall, entering the final round on Tuesday. The women began their season today with 36 holes at the ULM Fred Marks Invitational in Monroe, Louisiana, and this is a tournament that they've seen success at before. The team has won the team title 2 of the last 3 years, and junior Langley Vanoy tied for first as a freshman 2 seasons ago. That tournament will conclude on Tuesday. So Jamarlo Christina, not the best result for the football team. Tough loss to take. However, you get right back at it again this weekend. A couple of sports getting in action this weekend as well. So lots of Trojan sports to keep an eye on.
That's correct, Danielle. And where will the football team be playing this weekend?
Football team will be on the road at Duke. So another long road trip out of conference, but hopefully a better result this time.
Yeah, let's cross our fingers for our boys.
Thanks
so much, Danielle.
Thank you.